everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am super excited to be back as always. If you are seeing this video or if you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome to my channel, and I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will click that button if you have not done so already. First things first, I just want to apologize about last week's video. If you're seeing this video, you're probably wondering how last week's video literally had the same title. I removed that video from my channel because I was not happy about it. I was really not happy, so I decided, you know what, let me retake this video and upload a new one. Still on the same topic, emergency funds account, right? So with that being said, please do not forget to watch the video till the end to see on who we have on today's shout out. Okay, let's get right into it. First things first, what is an emergency fund account? Simple, very easy. In simple terms, an emergency fund account is money that you put away in an easily accessible savings account, right? So that if you ever find yourself in an unforeseen circumstance, or if you find yourself in an emergency that needs finances, you do have a savings account that you can quickly run to, right? Because financial shocks happen abruptly and very unplanned. We do not plan for these things. So you want to have money that you can just go to and be like, hey, I'm in an emergency and I've got some money. You do not want to rely on credit every time you face a financial crisis. How about we find out school as young as you are, or you know? So these type of accounts, or this kind of account, is there to prevent such things. You do not want to rely on credit. Definitely not every time you face like a financial crisis now. So there's a few things that you do not want to do when looking into opening an emergency fund account. Yes, an emergency savings account. Yeah. So number one, you do not want to open a 32-day savings account, because again, remember, when you think emergency fund account, you need to think accessible. It has to be easily accessible. So a 32-day account will not make sense because you wanna respond to your financial crisis immediately. So with a 32-day savings account, that does not work, because you need to put in a notice and it's gonna take 32 days. So you wanna avoid that kind of savings account. You wanna avoid things like fixed savings account. That will not work because there's restrictions to it and you will not get your money immediately. You wanna do what? Respond to your financial crisis immediately. Okay, so you wanna avoid such thing. Another thing that you want to avoid, or what you do not want to do, is to overfund your account, because remember that accounts that are easily accessible, to be quite honest, and that's the downfall of an emergency savings account, is that the interest is not so great, because you literally have access to the account at any time, compared to a savings account that's probably like a fixed savings account, for instance, or a tax-free account that's on compound interest, because now they're making interest, you know. So an account that's easily accessible, to be quite honest, the interest is not great. So you do not want to overfund that account, because now you just have a lot of money that's literally just not doing you any good. High holy, high ring. So yeah, you want to avoid doing that, right? So a few things that you want to do. Number one, again, you want to open a savings account that's interest bearing. You want to open an interest bearing account that's liquid and that's accessible. And I keep emphasizing that you need to open an account that's easily accessible, because you do not want to find yourself in a financial crisis and needing money and cannot have access to that money because of the kind or type of savings account that you decided to open, that has a lot of restrictions, that's going to restrict you from accessing that money. So it really needs to be easily accessible. Nah? This account needs to be beating inflation, because you do not want to be saving money that's below the current that's below the current inflation rate. Now, you do not have a specific amount that I'd say you must put into this account. It really depends on you as a person and your financial means. I'm a student, so in my emergency account every month, as little as 50 rand or 100 rand, that's how much I can afford to put in after I've budgeted. Remember, we did talk about budgeting, that a certain percentage also goes to my emergency savings account. So it really depends on you as a person. I can't really tell you how much to put into that account specifically, to be honest. So it really depends on you as a person and your means. And yes, so what you want to do, or what I'd suggest that you do, is that you open a 7-day account or a 48-hour account. These are most ideal because, again, you wanna pause for a minute and think, okay, is this really a financial crisis? Do I really need to tap into my emergency fund account for this? Because let me make an example. Let's say I'm a student now, and then a certain sum bored you, or let's say I have a boyfriend at the university, right? And then my man's is like, babe, go to the form up with me. Yeah. And at that time, he's like, he can't finance my dress, my makeup, my hair, my shoes, and everything, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get myself a new dress. But now, at the moment, I do not have the means to do so. Financially, I do not have the money. And now I have that emergency fund account, né? And I could easily just quickly go to it, né? But with the 7-day account or with the 48-hour account, that really gives me time to assess my situation and think about it. Is it really an emergency? And to be quite honest, with the example that I just gave, that's really not an emergency, or that's really not something that you literally want to go tap into an emergency account for that, you know, rather not go, to be honest, or find something else to wear. So that really gives you time to think about your situation and to assess it and to think, okay, does it really need a financial response or not? You know, banks like Absa, FNB, you know, do offer this kind of accounts. So what I'd suggest is that if you do not have one yet, you go to whatever personal bank you're banking with and just find out about these kind of accounts and open one. You know, open one today, because you do not know what can happen to you at any given time that will require a financial response. So if you honestly do not have one, I pray that nothing literally happens to you in the next, I don't know, 3 months or the next 2 minutes, ibile, you know, that's gonna require chelete. That's actually an emergency. And that brings me to the end of today's video. Very short and straight to the point. I do hope that you did learn something from this video, and please do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section, just to tell me what other accounts are there, and if you do have an emergency savings account, which banks are you banking with, or which savings account are you using. I know that with people that have like my home bonds account and whatnot, they usually put their money in their home bond savings account. Now, I'm a student. I do not touch on that because it's not relevant to me, or it's something that I'm not well informed about yet. So if, yeah man, just leave like a comment if you know more about that on the comment section, so that we can all see the comment. Remember, in my videos I am looking to learn. There's still a lot that I need to learn. There's a lot that probably I left out that you may know, so let us educate each other, you know. So leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please, if you have not yet subscribed, please do not forget to click that button. And a shout out goes to Ngazela Shoemaking Company. I hope I pronounced it right. Yes, Ngazela Shoemaking Company. Yes, it goes to Ngazela, which is a shoemaking company or a shoe producing brand, all the way from Matatiele, but currently are based in Johannesburg, and they deliver worldwide. I will link there, or leave the link to their website on my description box, so please do check it out. And I will put up some amazing shoes that they currently are selling, and their Instagram, please do follow them, drop them a DM. Yeah, and trust me, they will respond. They do deliver worldwide, so you do not have to worry about that. If you're saying no, you're not in Joburg or not Madadele or whatever, they will deliver to you. They've got like some really trendy sneakers, like your traditional. They've got like a very traditional touch to the sneakers. I really love them. So yeah, if you're interested, please do check them out. Please do check out their website. Do check my description box for their link to their website. I'm gonna leave it down there, and follow them on Instagram. Drop them a DM if you're interested. They do have their contact details and their email and the email address. Everything you need to know is there on the website basically. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video, and I will see you on the next one. I hope that you did enjoy the video, and do not forget to click the button.